Oh, good afternoon, everybody. How are we all? Enjoying the sunshine? Yeah, it's getting a bit warm here too, and to be honest, the dogs are wanting to go in and out every 2 minutes, so they've been a bit needy this morning, but not to worry. I've just been having a bit of a stretch before we start because I've been sat at my desk all day, as I'm being a little bit more challenging on myself today and trying to get two different products out ready for hopefully for next week for Create and Craft. And it sort of made me laugh a little bit because when I was in America doing my Sanntangle training, they sort of said, "Oh, let's have a stretch," and a lot of the Americans got up and did all these weird exercises, and I thought, no, I'm British, we don't do things like that. But I just sort of like that little memory came back, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember that. That was really funny. But no, I've not quite got up and done star jumps. I've just had a little bit of a stretch, so we're ready to go. I've got a really cool pattern and things that I want to do with you today. And as you can see on my desk here, I'm going to be working with a round tile. So you might think, oh, she's going to get us to do a circle in the middle and we're going to do a symmetrical pattern. No way. Absolutely not at all. So it's something a little bit different. So deep breath, have a bit of a stretch, and we'll make a start. And before we do, you can see here that my tile at the moment it's not got any details front or back, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to have a go at doing it on both sides if you feel you need to. So I'm not going to worry about writing my name and the tile number and the date on the back just for this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this as well, Diane. It's going to be great. So if you've not got a round tile, don't sort of have a shop and take a breath and panic. Do it on a square one and just sort of like, round the corners off a little bit. All will be fine. Or don't even round the corners off. Just go with it as it is. Not a problem. So I'm going to go a little bit bigger, and you can see here I'm starting with my pencil, and I'm going to create a border. There's no point putting a dot because our borders are not going to go from one line to one line. I'm just going to sketch it in, and it's a little bit narrow, so it's quite close to the edge. Now, if you've got a square tile, you can do your regular 4 dots and put your lines in. Or if you're going in for a circle, then add in your little corners and go from there. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted you to have a go at something a bit different. And trust me, round tiles are a little bit different. Can I also, just while we're doing this out, obviously if anybody said, I did say that yesterday I was posting things out today, I can't because post office is shut. Because it's a bank holiday. We forget what day it is, don't we? I know it's Friday, but it's VE Day and it's Bank Holiday Friday. So I'll get them out to you. I'm going to try tomorrow to get to the post office, and failing that, it'll be Monday morning. So please don't worry. Everything will come out. Everything will get there. Okay, we done this then? So here comes the next bit. I'm going to start, and I'm going to, on purpose, not start in the middle. All right, we don't want to be starting in the middle, so I'm going to go slightly off to one side. And you might just want to watch this before you do your own. And I'm being very nice doing it in pencil, so here we go. I'm going to create a swirl, but it's quite a wide one. Here we go. And just work it all the way around till I get to the end. So it doesn't matter if your swirl's not that way, you can do it the other way if you want. It's entirely up to you. And then I'm going to follow it back round quite thinly. You see, it's a real thin line there. You see now why I've suggested you doing it in pencil. I know how we all like to do our things. There we go. It's getting a little bit wider, and then I'm going to go all out. Okay, so I've got that. It's a little bit like I don't know. Remember the Jack? Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. Do you know what? I might even see there, because I might go even a little bit wider out. See there? There we go. Not that I normally do this, but just so you can see where I'm just going to take that little bit out. So I've got a wider one there. Great, because we've done it in pencil. All fine. Okay. Yeah. That's our first little bit then. So, next section. what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go straight in with pen now. So deep breath, we can do this, okay? I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go from this point. It's got a little bit bigger so you can see there. From this point, and I'm going to split off there, and there, and there, and there. And then here, I'm going to go here, here. You can see where I'm going with this. Here. Now I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to go to, let's go to there. Okay, so I've got this sort of weird looking spiral. No, I'm going to do another one. There we go. Alright, let's go back a bit. Alright, look, another one. Okay. Yeah, it looks a bit odd at the minute, but don't panic, all will be revealed. So let's go a little bit bigger now, and we're sticking with our pen. I'm not going to start with, yeah, go on, I'll start with this one. I'm going to draw in that little curve there now. There we go. I'm just going to do that bit and that bit for starters. There we go. Just about there. I can do that little bit in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on this section here. So then I'm going to aura this line. So I'm going to go into this one here, like so. And again, a bit like a rainbow, isn't it, in the middle? And then again. Okay. So let's just go ahead and colour that middle one in. Just like so. There we go. See, I've got the opportunity here to just sort of shape that a little bit more if I want to. So I've got that in the middle-ish. Well, I say middle. Okay. So here's the next one. I'm going to work on this sort of triangular shape here. So I'm going to, it looks like I'm auraing again. So I am going to go up here. Let's turn that round a little bit. And then I'm going to go along here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw in that little bit of this swirl. See, I'm just going to do it as I'm going. Okay. So back to this one. Let's turn it again. And I'm going to go here and here. Almost like I'm, you know, recreating this sort of triangle shape, isn't it? And here. See, it's getting smaller and smaller. So I think at that point, I'm going to colour that one in. Okay, so then here we go with the next one. Again, from this point, I'm going to go up here. You see, I don't quite go to the edge there, do I? Because what I'm doing is taking that shape around. You see, now I'm in this state of mind here with that curve. See, I can go in and I can add that, like so. You see, I've stopped there. Yeah. Okay. So into this one, and I'm going to repeat what I've done before. It's a lot about repeating, isn't it? It's all simple shapes or simple lines and just repeating what you've done previously. Yeah, oh, I'm going to colour all of that one in, I think. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. So, oh, hi Susan, Janet, Sandra. Nice you could join me. It's not like we're outside having a tea party, or maybe some people are. Maybe you're outside today having a bit of a tea party. Anyway, I'm just going to grow that one there, look. I'm going to leave that one for a minute. Okay. So same again, look. Follow that through. Just work it all the way down. See, I'm going to keep that one quite wide there. And let's colour that one in. Okay. Alright, so moving around, you can sort of see where this is going. I think it's going to be repeating this pattern. Let's put that line in. I'm going to come to that one a little bit later. I'm not going to worry about that one for now. I'm just working on these sections here. So there's that same pattern. And then again, I'm going to go in and follow that shape. And back in. See, no chance of a circle or a bubble in sight at the minute. It's all quite structured in lines. I see that I'm leaving that quite a large sort of shape there because I want quite a bit of a dramatic centre piece in each one there, or side piece, because it's not quite in the centre, but you know what I mean. All right. Oh, tea party at 4. All right. Don't know what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to be still here at 4 working, but do you know what? It doesn't feel like work. I do enjoy it, although I do put myself under quite a lot of pressure at times because I want things right, and I want things to be, to be new and different, and I want to test things before I go off and do other things with it. So here we go. Let's keep colouring. There we go. There's something about adding that bit of black in there. And see that they're not the same size, but it doesn't really go for. Oh, Alicia, no, don't worry about it. Just see your journal as a page at a time. And let's face it, once you've done a tile, you already half filled your page, and you've got all the patterns and all the inspiration then that you need to go ahead. But if not, just put your tile in and just leave it for a while and go back to it. I do find sometimes I'll put a tile in my journal and I will go back and add to it, so it's never fully complete, it's never fully done. Yeah, I'm going to go in and colour that one. But then again, who's to say it's right or wrong? It's all up to you. It's exactly what you want it to be. And you know that everybody's, well, you've seen on Facebook that people have been posting, everybody's is different. Sally. We're all normal, aren't we? We've just all got different versions of what normal is, I think. Okay. You can see, look, I've got to sort of the end, and I've got to make a decision here. I could have either taken this line and followed round and followed my border, but I've chose to take it off so it looks like it's sort of working it round there. All right, there we go. So just continuing those shapes, working it round a little bit. I'm not going to go that big with my piece. I'm going to do another one there. Like that. Oh, see, hi Bernadette. You see, we were just talking about tiles and journals. At the end of it, it's a piece of paper, isn't it? And if you really have to, then, put a little bit of pencil work in there first, just till you get your confidence up. It's just the last thing you want to do is worry about it. So I'm just going to sort of pen in that border there, just so I know where I'm going to. So let's just go out a bit. You see where this is going? Look at this. It's like little steps, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So next one. There we go. And this, I'm going to keep doing it as though it's going underneath there. So that's going to trail off. And in with the next one. If you notice, actually turning your tile is easier with a round tile. It just sort of spins. Yeah. Oh, did we, Sally? Did we meet? Oh. See, this is sometimes, it's hard to sort of not remember, but sometimes if you don't have a picture on your Facebook, I can't always tell. You must have been very good there, because I always remember, it's just like being in school. I always remember the naughty people and their names first. I'm not mentioning any though. Don't want to upset anybody. But that's what I used to do. And then used to used to have sort of seating plans. And that used to work for me. So that when I went and did supply teaching, my word, supply teaching, oh gosh. That's an experience I wouldn't wish on anybody. Some of it was good, I must admit. Some of it was, but and the most part, I don't know how people do it. I think that was, possibly one of my worst decisions is to go and do supply teaching. But, you know, I met a lot of people and went into a lot of different schools. But, no, I wouldn't do it again. There we go. Alright. So, next one then. Up there. Around there. See, we could do our tile just on this pattern, couldn't we? But now I have other plans. So let's just keep up with this one. Oh, you're on, yeah. Do a rough version first. You know, I think when I'm planning these things out, I do what we would call, I suppose, a rough version, because obviously they take time, don't they? And I want to plan it out. I want to make sure that the right patterns go with the right things. Although there isn't a right or a wrong, I do actually try and teach you something for each one. So I think it's important that you can sort of see where we're heading. And I think for each one you can see the growth and the pattern. So if I didn't plan it, then it would be a little bit tricky. So I have to have some sort of idea of where I'm going. It's never, you know, exactly the same, but it sort of works pretty well. Okay, so we've got this sort of swirl going on. That's fine so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of give it a little bit more, and I'm going to take this line here, so the sort of second one in, and I'm going to create, I'll put a line, and then I'm going to do sort of a thicker bit, and a line. See, let's go a little bit bigger so we can all see that. And then a line, a thicker bit. There's quite a lot of black on this tile, isn't there? Quite a lot of drama going on. But let's go for it. Okay. Oh, hi Vivian. Yeah, oh yeah, we're hoping that this will get you going then. Absolutely. And I think the thing with these videos as well is you can go back and look at them afterwards, and you can save them, and you can shut me up and you can you know, stop and start it and work alongside it, so it's absolutely fine. There we are. So I've got this pattern, see, in there, so it's 2 patterns in one. So let's go to this next one, and again I'm not doing the outside one, I'm coming in with one here, line, and there's that next one. And then that's that one. So I'm repeating that pattern, you see, just there we go. You see, I'm always starting in this corner there, and I'm putting that first line in. So I've got another square in there. It's just my preference. If you want to start at one end and go with the flow, it's absolutely fine. Or if you feel that you've got to do bubbles, then you know, do a load of bubbles in there if you want to. That's absolutely fine. So here, let's just focus on this one. So it's not this one, it's this one here. Even though it's slightly going off my tile. Oh, well, look. I'm still going to follow that same process. Putting that line in first, then that thicker one. Okay. Same there. It's a really nice pattern, this is. It works well on a straight line, or it works just as well with the inner swirl actually, but it's a great one to do. So I'm going to just keep going with that one. So starting in that corner each time and just adding in those little bits. So what do we think about round tiles? We liking? So they're pretty different, aren't they? It's there's no up or down with them. I think sometimes, well, there shouldn't be with the square ones, but sometimes we do that. We sort of determine which way up it's going to be quite early on. But with this one, there is no up or down. It's a nice way to work. Julie, no. Well, do you know what? It's your tile. If you want to, you can put a zinger in. You know you can. But I've not planned it in this one. Have I planned it in any of them, or have you forced me into it? There we just keep going. How are the cookies, Julie? Have you, they all gone? I bet they have. She was cooking the other day. They'd just come out the oven and she was just like making us all jealous. Yeah. My husband did actually go to Marks and Spencer's, and he did treat me to some Marks and Spencer's Jaffa cakes. That was about 3 days ago, I think. And I've actually only eaten 2 of them. Still sat here on my desk. Though I think he's gone through about 3 boxes. He's a bit of a biscuit monster. But that's okay. Keeps him happy. There we go. So I'm just going to keep going. Just following that pattern. You see it's getting even smaller as I'm going all the way down. Well, it's giving it something, isn't it? Giving it a little bit of something else. Oh, there we go. Let's work on this one. That's what happens when you're working on a tile and then you go and look on the screen on the camera. You think, oh, lost my place. There we go. Little bits. Okay. So I've not seen my horse today. Well, it's not my horse, but the horse that tends to be the training it coming down the streets. So he's not been for his walk. Maybe he's having a day off. Okay, now I'm coming to this one here. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to though start in the middle. You don't have to, but I think it just balances it up a little bit. It's my choice. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's have a look at that so far. Oh, do you, Sue? So you get discount on the on those biscuits then? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Kimmy. Hope you had a good day. Alright, so we've got a bit of a pattern going on there, haven't we? Alright. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to come back and address this line here. So let's put that in with pen now. So we're committed to it. Alright. So if you want to change it a little bit, now's the time to change it. Okay? So then I'm going to go from here and let's just sort of pull it out. You see, it's coming out a little bit more, so I've got a little bit of a swirl there. Alright. So going in a little bit larger. Oh, you see on the end there, that's an opportunity now, isn't it, to just sort of black out that part as well. So no, I'm not doing it all in one foul swoop, so it's not as intimidating. We're not worried about that. Okay, so looking at this section here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in sort of when I say a square, it's got 4 sides, but you see that I've followed the curve here, and looking at this curve, I've followed that curve, and this one, that one. You see how that works? But I've got quite a wide gap either side. And let's just go ahead and colour that one in. There we go. And then next to it, and again I'm following the sort of the shape of the lines that I've put in before it. Let's fill that one in. Right, as you see where, hopefully you can see where this is going. It's going to get a little bit thinner as I go sort of down each way. Oh, the coloured pencil debate. Do you know what? Everybody's got a preference and everybody's got a budget as well. If I'm doing something where I want it to last, so maybe I'm going to put it on the wall, or it's going to go to a lot of shows and things, then Faber-Castell, the polychromos, are my absolute go-to. But having said that, they're pretty pricey. But they're light fast and they don't fade, so you could even put that in the conservatory and they won't fade on you in time. But there's also the chameleon pencils. They're quite nice, and if I'm out and about I will take them because they're not as many pencils, and of course they're double-ended. But you know, go with what you can afford, and you know, just work your way up and try it. Yeah, the polychromers are nice, Sally. They are, but like I say, they are expensive, but you know, you get what you pay for. Okay, so we've got that going on there. So here's our next job then. I want another one of these lines, but not quite a line. So let's work it out now. I've got quite a large space. Let's have a look. So let's go in. I'm going to put one in here. And see, it's quite a straight line considering everything else. And a very, very thin line next to it. And then slightly wide looking, a thin line next to it. There we go. So you've got a nice thicker gap in the middle there. And then I'm going to add another one in here. I'm not going to go... Oh yes, I will. I'll go underneath. See, that wasn't planned, was it? There we are. So I'm not curving that in any way, shape or form. It's just going straight from one side to the next. Okay. Oh, not so bad. And then I'm going to come round to this section here. And then I'm going to put one in there. So I've not planned, I've not sort of worked out where the half space is or anything like that. I've just put 3 in where I feel. Look at that. I told you it was going to be different. Spin you out. Okay. So we have, if you've been following the videos, done this pattern before. So this won't come as a surprise to you by me adding a swirl in there. Okay, let's go a little bit bigger. There we go, so you can see. And then another little dot, and then I'm going to continue the swirl so it touches that last one. And another. Now I know doing this pattern, not everybody puts that dot in to start with, but I quite like it. It sort of focuses me and says, right, this is where I'm going to be starting. This is the moment. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay. Yeah, the Spectrum Noir are nice for blending as well. They do a blending solution as well, don't they, that you can use to help it blend if you need it to. So, quite nice. I've got some of the older ones and some of the new ones of those. Yeah, let's do that bit as well. You see there, I've put some little bubbles just to fill in that space, and then anything around it I've done in the black there. Okay. So same again. Now, you can start either end, you can start in the middle if you like. It's wherever you feel like. But you can fill it in where, you know, if you don't want to do the swirls, you could add a different pattern in here. It's entirely up to you. Just got to get some swirls in somewhere, and of course those lovely little bubbles in there. Wouldn't be one of my tiles if it's got no bubbles on it. There we go. Alright, so oh, I've missed that bit there, look. Let's fill that in. And then onto this one here, a little dot, and then round it goes. Same again. There we go. And then this one I'm going to sort of start it there because it's not going to see all of it. Put those little bubbles in. And filling in those gaps. You see at this point now as well, I can work my way from there to there. And then this little bit, it doesn't seem so bad anymore. We can just fill that in. There we go. And then any of the other border now that you've not penned in, you can go ahead and pen it in, because say it's a smaller space now, so you can go from one to the other. Alright, let's have a look at that so far. Okay. Alright, so we've got this little swirl going on with these structured patterns inside. We've taken an extra line off here and added in this sort of road map almost, and then we've added some swirls in there. So far that's looking pretty okay. Okay, so we've got this sort of space in between now. Now you could really Oh yeah, at least you do get better at swirls. Try it different ways. Try it going this way, try it going this way. Try from outside to in, inside to out. Just have a play with it, and you'll get your own little characteristics will come about. So don't worry about it at all. Okay, so I'm going to sort of follow the curve now of my sort of the fact it's a circle, and I'm going to split this space in half. So there we go, half, about there. Okay, see, I said about, I didn't measure. I've not gone in with a stencil or anything like that, although if you are really in that sense, you could use your heart stencil. See, that's got a nice curve on it. Or you could use, there you go, your circle stencil, because that's got the curve, obviously. But I'm going in freehand. So I'm going to follow that through underneath there. And again, to there. And then this one, follow it through. You see, I'm sort of going a bit round with it. And then this one. And then finally this one. So I've sort of, let's have a look at that. There we go. So I've sort of followed it round. So I've got now a split space, but this line goes all the way round. Okay. Yeah. I mean, don't forget as well. You can always go on the back. And you can try it again if you feel you need to. This is, who knows where this is going? Well, I sort of do, but you don't need to worry about that. Oh, Helen, well done you. Okay. I'm going to work on this and treat this as all one section here. I'm going to go in now with a series of triangles. So from here, look, up here to there and up here. See, it stops there because it's going underneath, and then it's going to come back out here. Alright, and then up here and back out here. Now you see, you even get into that bit there. And then from there, up into this one and down. So it's almost like those lines aren't there, and this is sort of filling in underneath it. And you just take your pen off and pretend you're still drawing it. Look, you see? Not going to see much there. A bit there. Into all that there. Okay. Tiny one there. Alright. Oh yeah, Rhiannon, it does. I think sometimes we focus, don't we, on that tiny little bit, and you think, oh, it's not right, it's not wrong. But when you see the whole thing together, it's pretty remarkable. And they always do. So you have to, and even if you find something you think, do you know what, I don't like it, find something that you like about it. Even if it's the colour, if it's the line, if you just think, oh, I like that little dot, focus on something that you like and not something that you don't. Okay, to start with, I'm going to start on one of these sort of triangles, just one that's fully formed really, so you can see what I'm going to do here. And the idea is I'm going to go from this point and draw a line up so it splits it into two. Okay, and then here, well, I could split it into one, but I'm going to go and put two lines in there. You see, so I've got 3 spaces. The same here. There you go. So I've got my 3 spaces. So again, I'm just splitting the spaces as I go. And then at the top of each one, I'm going to add in a little dot. Okay. Like so. Alright. And then I'm going to turn my tile to this side. I mean, you might want to do it the other way, because unless you're left-handed like me, and we've had that conversation. And you see where I've got a slight curve here? I'm going to follow that in the middle. Okay. Oh, Carol, yeah, that's a good point. And then I'm going to get another 2 in there, so I'm going quite fine. And then another 2, maybe 3 in there, look, you see? So I've got this bit of a spider's web with these little dots on the end. Okay. Oh, no, that's sad. That's sad. Okay. Oh, so let's just keep it going. Now I'm going to be working on these same triangles, so the ones that are sort of facing outwards. You see here I've got a little one, so will I? Yeah, I'll still get them in there. depends on the thickness of your pen, and it depends how many you want to put in. So if you can only get 2 in there, that's fine. If you can get 3, that's fine too. Yeah, oh, Swaffy Noah's overslept. That's okay. Nothing like an afternoon nap, but don't panic, don't stress. It'll be fine. Just watch and have a go at it later. To show you where we're at so far. There we go. There we go. So look, we're sort of working our way. Now I'm going to work my way back round through here, and I'm going to repeat that pattern. There we are. Let's go up a bit more. So this one, look, it's still going to go up as though it's there, look. And then here. And then here. And then this one. And then where I can see them, let's put those little dots in. And turning it round. Let's just check I'm on the right space. That's it. So there's your halfway-ish. And there's those outsides. And then coming on inside. So I'm keeping with that curve of the fact that you've got a round tile. So here I've got to sort of imagine that's sort of where it would be, look. So then it's going to go up here and here. You know, don't think it's got to be absolutely spot on in terms of, you know, whether it's level or not. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There we go. And working it through, following those curves. Same again on this one. And to there. And to there. And again, those little dots on the end. I'm going to turn it. Just turn it because it's easier to create these curves this way. So you might want to turn it the opposite way if you're right-handed. Don't try and do, you know, see, I'm dropping my pen with the right hand. Don't try and curve that way if it just feels weird. Actually feels weird to hold a pen in that hand. Okay. Moving it up, keep my way along. And through, and then those dots again. Turning it. It is, isn't it? So easy to turn a round tile. No, none of those corners to delve into. Okay, so here, look, I'm sort of on the half point. So let's go ahead and do just those 2. Well, Benji and I have had quite the discussion this morning. He's decided that slippers are his thing, and he's allowed to take them whenever he chooses and to chew them to pieces. Well, no, we're not having that. He's done it with one pair, and I'm like, not having it with these. So we've agreed to disagree, I think, at the minute. Anybody that doesn't know, Benji's my dog. I've got 2 dogs, but Seth is far more sensible, and he just doesn't understand the point. And he'd rather just sleep the day away, whereas as Benji is like, no, I want to have a go and see what I can eat. Okay, so we've done we've done the round. So now this time I'm coming on these triangle shapes, and I'm going to keep them quite straight, coming downwards this time. Okay, and then I'm going to turn around again. And just because I'm on that curve, I am going to put a slight curve in, but I'm not trying to sort of follow the pattern that I've done before. It's almost like it's a different one. Oh, hi Nadia. Thank you for finding me. Yeah. There are loads of videos on here now. It's quite remarkable how many we've actually got through, I think. Is this tile 20? Oh, my goodness, tile 20. We were only going to do it for a few weeks, and it's just sort of grown. I know. Amazing, isn't it? Oh. Do you know what, though, Sally? When he looks at you with those little brown eyes. Yeah, he's adorable. Can't help but love him. So what's really funny is how he sleeps. Oh, Sue. goes for the tags on the inside, and then you put your foot in, not knowing, and it's all a bit like crispy where he's been chewing it, and that's like brand new slippers. I've only had him a week. No, he's funny. I did say to him the other night, you can't have that slipper, leave it there. And then I got up in the morning and that slipper was still there, but the other one, he thought, well, she didn't tell me I couldn't have that one, so I'll have that one. So that one had vanished. We found one outside, yeah. But yeah, he's taken to sleeping on his back. Yeah, it's quite fun. I've took quite a few photos actually of that. It just looks really funny. Okay, so we've got quite a detailed pattern there. You can see where it sort of looks, you know, you've got this little bit of spidery, webby, lacy kind of effect going on. So I'm not going to do any more on that one, but what I am going to do is come around the outside now. So if I go up a little bit larger. So working on this space here, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in a series of little curved lines just to make those little little bubbles, and it's just I'm going to squeeze a little one in there. There you go. All right, and then again, let's just go ahead and colour that one in, and then that one. There is something about colour. If you've got a thicker pen, it's fine, but I think sometimes just going in and relaxing and not letting your hand do the work, just let the pen do the work. Oh no, Sheila. Oh, have I? Oh, of course, yeah. Not to worry, I'll come back to it in a bit. Right there. There you are. It's a good job you're watching, isn't it? Like sometimes, because I'm watching through like live and the screen, and sometimes I do miss things. I'll go back and fill it though. I'll spot it eventually. Okay. So just keeping this going. Alright. Turning it as you're going. Oh, Kimmy does it. Yeah, I think sometimes as well, we don't really know what day it is, do we, at the minute? So knowing that if I do this, it's a Monday or Wednesday or a Friday, that tends to help a little bit. But, I don't know about you though. I don't know if you think it's going slowly, but the weeks are going by so fast. It's weird, really weird. But good news. I've got some really good news that I did. I have actually gone ahead and found a place. Well, John has actually. I say I, the royal I, we. He's found a place where I can actually hold classes. So we can manufacture, we can do classes, we can do videos, all in the same place. And hopefully it's going to be warmer than where we are now, because there's absolutely no heating where we are now. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be moving business premises. Gosh, quite scary, I must admit, but really excited at the opportunities that are going to be available there. So who knows, you know, once all this is over, some of you coming up to visit, and yeah, having some you know, live time rather than virtual. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do with this then? Hey, oh, that'd be lovely. Do you know, it'd be lovely to see people and sort of go, oh, I remember you, because we spoke on Facebook while we were doing the lives. Because I do in my head, I do imagine what you're all like. And I know that I do know some of you, but some of you I've perhaps never met, or I have met, and, you know, it's been at a show and you don't always sort of get the chance. Oh, it is, Janet, it is. Closer than you think. Yeah. So it would be nice to sort of do that kind of thing. There we go. So just auraed around those shapes there. Oh, so it is a long way. Yeah, but what if we did a weekend? You could come and stay somewhere. That would be cool, wouldn't it? There's a really nice pub down the road that's got accommodation. And I've been told it's... Oh, Sheila. I'm just thinking we've all got bad hair days. Yeah, possibly. Okay. So, of course, again, as I said, it wouldn't be me if we didn't get some bubbles in there. So let's... I'm not going to fill the whole space, but I'm just going to add in some of those. Let's go a little bit bigger because I'm in Doncaster, Ruth, but the business is just sort of on the border. It's on the Lincolnshire border, and in a lovely little village called Belton. Just off the M180. Where, yeah, should be good. Even got a little place for a shop. Wow. That means we're going to have to keep the place tidy. We've even got an office for John, because I don't know if anybody, I don't know if you know John or you've heard me talk, he's a little bit messy, he is. And things tend to sort of go everywhere and stuff, so we've actually got him his own space, so he can do whatever he likes in there. But yeah, we want to try and keep it tidy everywhere else. So. Yeah, it's going to be fun, moving and doing shows and in a lockdown. Yeah. You know what, do you know, if you're going to do these things there, you might as well, you might as well do it. Life could pass us by if we don't take these opportunities now and again. Just have to do something every day that makes you feel a little bit scared or a little bit out your comfort zone. So there we go. Yeah, it definitely is. It's an upstairs. Okay. So here we go. Now at the moment you think, oh, okay, there's a lot of patterns going on there, and I can see where the potential is. Oh yeah, are you all dressed? Are you all out of your PJs? I know I definitely am. Got my little cream jeans on today, a nice blue check shirt. I do like my check shirts. So yeah, I'm up and dressed. But then again, I have got to go and fetch John from the office later. So here we go. All right. So you can see, look, I've moved on to pencil. So let's get some shading in here. So let's move up a little bit. My combat, oh, awesome. Oh, no, Rita. All right, so here we go. First of all, I'm going to come back to this section. Remember this very first swirl that we did? And let's go ahead and on this line here, I'm going to add in some pencil. I've gone really heavy with that. You can see I've put quite a bit on. And you notice that I'm using the sort of the flat and not the point. So let's turn it round. And the same again here. Okay. Turn it round. And the same here. Let's go on to that one there. That's it. And then round. Oh, Joe. Oh, Union Jack dress. Now, is that something that you've brought or you've made? Yeah. I don't do dresses that much, I must admit. But, I do have a couple sneaked in the wardrobe, but not just yet. I'm not getting those milky white pins out yet. No. There we go. So I'm just continuing doing that little bit of a... Oh, right, hey, hold the ladder. Yeah, you don't want to end up an A&E with him, my goodness me. Oh, Vivian, do you think, are you eating more? Is that what it is? You know, we tend to go to the fridge a lot. I don't know. Okay, you can see, look, lad, you can see already where this is starting to head. And I'm going to come in now with my tortilla on my little paper stub. And again, starting from this end, I'm just going to work in swirls from one side to the other. I don't want to cover the whole thing. I'm just going ahead and I'm smoothing off that straight line there. You see? Just giving it that little bit of dimension. Okay. Each one in turn. The last one doesn't matter. The next one doesn't matter. It's just that one you're working on at that time. Alright, you see the bigger you get, you might find you've got to sort of roll it out a little bit more. But you're just focusing on you know, that line disappearing, and it's smoothing out. You see, I've gone straight over the black too. There's no worries about going over that, because you do still see it on the black. You do still see your shading, even if it doesn't come up on the screen. You do see it on your own tile. Okay, I'm loving this. I think it's really nice. Such a simple pattern, but I think it's got a real bout of drama about it. It really stands off the page, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. Loving that. Oh, Janet. You do make me laugh. Okay, so back in with the pencil. And now I'm going to follow. Remember this first swirl that we did? So we started sort of at a point and we went round. You see? And I'm following that line round. Just keeping it going. Now I'm going to go and follow this line and this line. You see? All the way to the end there. So I've followed from there, I've gone all the way around. I've followed this one and I've done this one. Okay? So I'm going to come back here just while we're doing, and I'm going to add even more there, just on that section there. You see? So it's got thicker there. There we go. So back with our tortillon. And again, nice, very tight sort of swirls this time. I'm not trying to smooth it out totally. I'm just sort of giving it a little bit of movement. Let's just even it out. And then, of course, when I get down here, I'm now going to follow that wider space there. You see, I'm just smoothing it round. Back to that narrow line. And then back to this one. You see how it sort of parts ways, but it still needs that little bit of shadow there. Okay, so look at that. So you can see, hopefully you can see, look, there's more there. And then off it goes into the distance there. So yeah, I might do a little bit, just a little bit of titivating there. Yeah, look. That's it. Okay. All right, so back to pencil. Let's go in a little bit. So I'm going to now focus on these patterns here, this sort of lacy kind of design. And I'm going to go in, and now I'm sort of working again with the side of my pencil, and I'm going to be putting some graphite in those triangles, so the ones that are sort of got the points coming towards me as I'm working. Even underneath, there we go. Oh, I know, Jenny, it's amazing, isn't it? You sort of think, you know, it looks all right. Oh, yeah, your pattern looks all right, but it's until you put that shadow in. There we go. It doesn't quite, you're not quite sure where it's sort of heading. Okay, so we've done that little bit. Let's go in again with. Oh, it does, doesn't it, Sheila? Let's go back in with the tortillon, and I'm just going to, you know, either side, but I don't want to fill it all. I want to leave that gap in the middle. So I'm not overdoing it because it's a smaller area, you see? All right. So these little sections here now, and I'm just going to put some in that point there. So you don't really need much. There's plenty of pencil on here at the minute. And then just flick it outwards. Okay. Maybe a little bit more there. Alright, I don't want to overdo it. That's okay there. Alright, so back to pencil then. Oh, Carol, that'd be quite nice, yeah. A collage. All these tiles. it'd make a nice nice screen, wouldn't it? Or, you know, a nice board that you could work with. So, there we go. So you see, I've just done pencil down the sides there, and again, I'm not going to go in and I'm just sort of working up and down with that tortillon just to ease that line a bit. I'm not spreading it too far. Just want to give it a bit of depth. Okay. All right, back to pencil. You're not too far off done now, I suppose. And I'm just going to follow. I'm going to ignore the bubbles, but I'm going to follow that little curved edge there around. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carol, that'd be good. I know one of the ladies has actually done a lockdown journal. So it's all the pages of these tiles, and you know what she's done during lockdown. I think it's one of those things, isn't it? That I think we need to remember this time, and the fact that we were all vigilant and we were all, you know, we did what we're supposed to have done. And I think the thing that I noticed that is coming out of this is the amount of care and support people are giving each other. I think that's really, really quite something, and I truly hope that we're going to carry on doing that. You know, afterwards, people are going to respect other people, and you know, the fact that, you know, we've all got different jobs and different sort of like lives to lead, but that'd be great. Okay, let's have a quick look at that then. Look at that. All right. Okay, you can see, look, I've picked my pen up again. What I would like to do is to go in and just sort of define a few points. And I know we've done this before. It's always nice if you want to go back in and add in a bit more of that black again. And you can see I'm going in and just adding some of it around that swirl there. So I'm going back and forth a little bit because I want it to be a little bit thicker than the actual pen nib. So let's get to even sort of on this bit here. And I think sometimes, you know, when we're shading, you can sort of lose some defining edges. So going back with the black afterwards. So I'm going to go in, look, and add the black to those as well. Okay. Just that edge. Just sort of brings it back a little bit. It depends which bit you want to, you know. Oh, sorry, am I wandering off? I'm swirling my tile and I'm losing. It's going off the camera. There you go. Sorry about that. Look, and it just sort of brings it back. Okay. With that, I am going to go back around this one as well, I think. Now, obviously, you don't want to do everything because otherwise it defeats the object of defining one of those bits and pieces, but I think the main thing of this is that swirl. So let's go in and define it a bit. Okay. Okay, now within that, now if you have, I mean, I know I didn't mention this, but if you have got the white pencil, you know, the white chalk one or a pastel pencil, where we've got those little bubbles, you can go in and just, and it's not going to totally completely cover or go over all that. Let's just sort of put a little bit of white in. You might not see it on screen, but it does make a difference, just with a couple. You could go in with the white pen, but I'm not feeling that. I'm happy to go with a pencil. And then looking at these patterns here. All right. It's not an it's a nice addiction. It's a good addiction to have. Okay, so I'm working in the centre of these, and I'm just going to go in and put a line through. See? Like I say, you could go in and do this with your white pen if you're wanting to, but I'm sort of just feeling going in with pencil at the minute. And you can do it if you want to, you don't have to. On the one I did earlier, I didn't, but I feel that this one might need it. You've just got to make sure your pencil's sharp, because obviously if these are quite small, you might sort of, you might not be able to get in there. There we go. Just working my way around. There we go. Adding that bit in, so I better come back this way now. Hold on. I'm quite conscious now that I'm spinning this tile and you can't always see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, just going in with that. Okay, let's have a look at that then from a distance. We say you should look at it from arm's length, you know, and look at elements of it, and you think, oh, I quite like, I love this stepped feel, and I'm wondering, you know, it is quite dark there. Should I go in a bit darker there? But do you know what? I'm going to leave it, because I want some sort of light and dark shades in there if I can. And I love the fact that this is rolling off it and doing its own thing. And you know, then we've got this sort of pattern in the background, sort of very, you know, quietly hiding away and doing its own thing, and then just to sort of finish it with the edging. It's quite nice. Now, I have got one here to show you that I've done. It's the same thing. I've not put it into my journal yet because I'm a little bit busy with the next product. It is another book, but it's not the same as I've done before. So it's taking quite a little bit of work to get it done. But what I have done is I've sprayed it with a spray varnish. And I just thought you might like to see the two together. So you can see where it sort of comes in. Now, I don't know if, let's have a look. You can see if there is a bit of a, there you are, look, you've got that shine. A bit of a shine on it. Now, a hairspray, you know, will fix it and it will do a great job. But if you're happy with it and it's fully fixed, then of course, if you want to rub it, it's not going to come away at all. With hairspray, it still will come off a bit, but it allows you to draw over it at the same time. But yeah, I mean, you can see there where, you know, you've got the same person has done the same patterns, the same tangles, but it's different. It looks different in its sort of first layout, but yours is going to be the same. Yours is going to be different, whether you do one or two. But I think it's really something different to have a play with, isn't it? Certainly with a round tile. So let's just go in and initial that, because I think sometimes, again, I don't know if you have, I've forgotten to do this on a couple. I'm so involved in getting the tangle out and doing the journal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my initials on there. Hang on, there we are, look. So, you know, it's sort of in part the pattern, but I know it's mine. And I'm happy with that. So I am going to go ahead on the back and I'm going to put my name, just as we regularly start with a tile. Now, if we like these tiles and we think, yeah, this is something we're going to do, we are looking at making these and the other shapes. We've still got the hexagon we've not played with yet. There we go, 8th of May 2020. So we'll get them done. I've got some new colours. So happy with that. I mean, by all means, you don't have to do that on the back, and because you might want to have another go at this. It's entirely up to you, but have a bit of fun with it, you know. And I say, if you're not happy with a certain thing, don't worry about that. Look at the bit you do like. And you know what, if all else fails, so say for example it was this bit you weren't happy with, or this bit, go over it all with a larger black pen and let it dry, and then go over it with a white pen and do something totally different, and you'll be amazed at what comes from that. So yeah, with that, I think we're sort of done. As much as we can do on that anyway. If you want to add colour on, add colour on. Oh, speaking of colour, I did actually go back and do look mine from the other day, and I did add in the colour on that section. Still not in my journal, but it's getting there. Oh yeah, Mary, you could put a little paper fastener in there, because I do like, I feel like I want to move it, and I think that's quite nice to put a, you know, a little pin in, and then you can spin it as you want it. But But yeah, absolutely. So if we're liking them, let me know, and we'll sort of crack on, and we'll get some of these shapes printed up and things. So another job for for John, bless him. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope I've sort of inspired you to have a go at creating some round tiles, and having a play with it. This particular pattern, yeah, absolutely lovely. Try it in different ways. Try it as just a grid. Try it as a frame. But yeah, have a bit of fun with it. So off you go to your tea parties or wherever it is. So if you need to be getting your makeup on and your dresses and sitting outside with the neighbours, then that's absolutely fine, and have a lovely time. But if not, just crack open a bottle of Prosecco and sit and have a glass, or maybe even just a cup of tea and a biscuit. Maybe that's where I'm going to be headed. So yeah, I've enjoyed that, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you ever so much for watching again, and we'll be back here on Monday, and I'm going to go back onto a black tile. So if you've got one ready, black tile, white pen, or if you feel like it, you can use any colour gel pen. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, I will see you then. So have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.